Now what you're looking at is a box, but how can you tell? This is just a top view. How do I know? Come to this place, view. Under view, you get to 3D views. Click top. This is that our box. You can easily just know by clicking it, right clicking on it, scroll down to properties. It will tell you solid type box. Good. Now, but you need to appreciate this more than in plan view. This is where you work with more viewports. You come to this place, under view, viewports, enter here. Let us choose 4 viewports. Fine. Our screen has been split into 4 parts. We are going to use this top side for our plan view. This other view, when you double click in it, it is activated. This we are going to turn into our front view. So I'll come to 3D views, come and choose front. Good. Now this is our box. If I select it, you'll notice in this other view that it's been selected. This view to my right, bottom right, I want to use it as the right side. Good. Now this is the right side of this object. Good. Why this one is going to be the use it as our isometric view. This view is the isometric view. This is that object in plan view. This is it in the front view. This is it in the right view, and this is it in the isometric view. At the top view, perpendicularly above the object and looking directly at it, that is what is happening here. This is the front side of the box. This is the right side of the box, and this is isometric view of the box. You can see it in 3D, the Y, the X, and the Z. Now these are the basic things you should bear in mind when you want to do 3D creation. At your own time, I advise that you go through this place. Look at where my cursor is. See polysolid, box, wedge, cone, sphere, cylinder, pyramid, torus. Just take your time to know how to create this object. Now, what you're looking at, I'm going to select it. See what it looks like in the front view. It's just looking like a line. While in the plan view, it is a square. Okay, you could even appreciate it in the 3D view, the isometric view. Look at it. You are seeing it at an angle, Y and X with the Z points indicated. Alright, now with this as a guide, you can decide to create a pyramid. Specify the base radius. Okay, let me use it as my base radius. Fine. Now it's asking me for the height. Let's say the height, I want to keep it at 1000 millimeters. Let your eyes be at this command prompt. It says specify height. I click enter. Now, if you look at your screen, the plan view is just looking like a square, tilted square with crosshairs. Now look at it in the front view. You can appreciate it more. There is a triangle in front view. If you look for it also in the right view, the right side view to my right, you can also appreciate it. If you come to the isometric view, then you will have a more detailed view of it, a more appreciable view of it. This is how 3D works. If you want to change the visual style, look at where my cursor is. This is 2D wireframe. You can decide to change it. You could choose this one, 3D hidden. And look at it. Now you can appreciate the object better. If you want to even go further, you could come to this. Now it has the color of the layer that you placed it on. So this is usually the basics when you want to start using 3D modeling in AutoCAD. I've decided to create an arena. You know what an arena is? Usually students use it for lecture purposes. You have somebody teaching and you have people sitting down. Now I'm going to make a provision for a seat and a leg area. Okay, so what you're just looking at is an intersection of lines, vertical and horizontal lines. Meanwhile, using DI, this from here to here is 1050 millimeters. This is so that someone can sit here and not be disturbed by the next person's leg that is behind him or her. Okay, meanwhile another person can still walk right in front of them. Then the height, DI of each seat is 450 millimeters. Okay, now with that in mind, I have just created a polyline of this step, which is what you are looking at. To create a polyline, you come to the draw to pick a polyline and you can start. Let's say from here now you move like this, keep moving like this, keep moving like this, taking note of the directions. Of course, you are the one that know exactly what you want to do. When you are done with that, you can easily just remove your construction lines that you use as guide, and you're now ready to go. So this is just a demonstration of how I created this polyline. So this polylines that you're seeing is an indication of our arena, just as it will be. Now, to use the Revolve tool, I also want to indicate the radius about which these people sitting down will take. Okay, and that is where I put this line. Now, to show you how I did the line, just offset, I think I did 6,000 millimeters. Okay, 6,000 millimeters. Yes, that brings us to this place. So that is this line you're looking at. If you select it, looking at the top plane, you can see there's just a dot on the top plane. Meanwhile, on the front view pane, you're seeing a height, like, you know, a pole. Meanwhile, in top view plan, you're just seeing a dot. That is the gain in plan view. Okay, now I am going to change this view. I'm going to change this view to, I'll change it to an isometric view. 3D views, like we said before. Fine. Now that is where we're at. Why this one? I'm going to change it like I explained to you. Depending on what you're trying to do, let's use the right side. Fine. So we're ready to go. Okay. Now come to draw, see modeling. Scroll down. This is fully solid box. If you notice, all of what you're looking at here is still the same things that you're seeing here. This is still polyline, box, wedge, cone. So either way, you can still find your tools. Now I want to use this tool, the Revolve tool. So I'll click on Revolve. Now it's telling me select object to revolve. I'm going to select this line. See it. I'll click the space bar to tell AutoCAD that I am done with my selection. It's now going to ask me to specify start point or define axis by object. I want to click an object. The object is going to be my axis. It is going to serve as the axis about which the arena will run. Fine, and it is still in my front view. I'm going to tell AutoCAD is an object, so I'll just type in O and press enter. It's now telling me to select an object. This is the object. I've selected it. Then it's telling me specify angle of resolution. I don't want a 360. I don't want it to go round like a bowl. I want it to be like 180. So I'll just write 1, 8 and 0 and type enter. Fine. Now look at it. See it, what it looks like in the front view. You may not appreciate it until you look at it at the isometric view. This is what our arenas look like. Not so, you know, like the Roman theaters. If you want to appreciate it more, come to this visual style. You're still appreciating. Let's choose this. Fine. Now look at it. So this is what it is like. Students who sit down, you know, walk about. Yeah. Okay. Now that is for the Revolve tool.